So when I first became vegan, I became absolutely obsessed with all nut butters. I can't even pick one because I love them all, and pretty much every sweet treat that I made or every snack that I made, I was throwing some nut butter in there. But my son's school became nut free a couple of years ago, and so I've had to try and be really creative and find things that are nut free and still full of nutrition and healthy and delicious. So today I'm going to show you a new snack bar recipe that I have recently come up with, and it is delicious if I don't say so myself. So I hope you enjoy it as much as we do, and let's get into the recipe.
So all you're going to need is some oats, some dates, some dried cranberries, some roasted buckwheat, some pumpkin seeds, some chia seeds, some cinnamon, tahini, and lastly some date syrup. I'll put all the measurements in the description box below. Firstly, I'm going to add my dates and my dried cranberries to my food processor, and I'm just going to process them a little bit just so that they're all nice and sticky, ready to get everything else sticking together. If you don't have a food processor, you could try soaking the dried fruits in some hot water for a little while, and then you should be able to mash them up. Hopefully that should give you the same kind of effect. Now that my fruits are all sticky, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to start off by throwing in the oats. Then we can throw in the buckwheat, pumpkin seeds, the chia seeds, some cinnamon, the tahini, which as you can see has overflowed, so I'm going to have to scrape it off the spoon and the little dish. Obviously there's no order to put any of this in, you can just throw it all in at once if you like. And you can definitely change up the seeds and the dried fruits if you like. Obviously that'll just give you a slightly different taste to what mine are. And then I'm going to throw in the date syrup. And I'm just going to add a splash of water. It's just a tablespoon of water. And I'm going to mix all of that together in my food processor. Again, if you don't have a food processor, I'm pretty sure if you soak the fruits and mash them up, you should be able to, you could grind the seeds as well in pestle and mortar, or if you've got a blender, you could do that also. Then I realised that it wasn't quite sticky enough, it wasn't binding together quite enough, so I added a few more dates. So I'll put the correct amount that I used in the end in the description box below. And then I also added a teaspoon of coconut oil. This just again helped it all bind together. I think the water helped the chia seeds a little bit to form a bit of a gel, and that helped it all bind. Then I lined my baking tray with some parchment paper, and I'm just going to use the back of a spoon first of all to just get it all nice and flat, and then I'm using my fingers with a little bit of water on just to even it all out. And this really helps it not stick to your fingers and pull out of the tray like you could see it doing before with the spoon. So I'm just going to even that all out. So I'm just going to pop my tray to the side, and I'm going to melt some chocolate chips in a bowl over a pan of boiling water. This is just one small bag of chocolate chips. It's just enough to create a lovely nice thin layer of chocolate over the top. So that's what we're going to do here. I've got a real sweet tooth, so along with the fruits, this little bit of chocolate on the top just makes me feel like I'm having a really yummy treat, but it's only a very thin layer of chocolate and the rest of it's all good stuff. So that's why I like making these bars. I've not gone quite to the edge, just enough to cover most of the top, and then I popped that in the fridge for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and then when I took it out it was a little bit stuck to the tray, so I just used my knife gently around the edges and I was able to shake it out. And then I cut it into lengths, and then I cut it into squares. I just feel like it lasts a little bit longer if I've got them in squares, hopefully, as long as we don't obviously eat 2 or 3 in one sitting, because they are that delicious. And that is the finished result, and these will probably keep for about a week to 2 weeks possibly in the fridge. I would keep them in the fridge, but they do hold together really, really well if you want to take one out as a snack. I quite often will put these in my son's packed lunch, obviously because these are nut free and still full of nutrition, but they are also a lovely little treat. So that is everything for this video. I hope you do get to give these a try and let me know what you think. They are so delicious, and thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next video.